Welcome back to the Dawn of Sorrow playthrough for the Nintendo DS.
With Rehab slain, we can traverse most of subterranean hell. He need a particular soul for a bonus area that I'll try to show off later.
Yeah, I have lots of typos that I don't bother to correct most of the time.
That's okay, Gerda. That's character. Well,
Subterranean Hell is actually one of the areas where we're going to see a lot of slowdown. Although the slow movement is not really my fault. Soma actually travels really slow while underwater until we get a particular soul, and we won't be able to get that soul until halfway through the freaking area.
Yeah, I noticed the water does seem to drag when he walks, but not so much when he jumps.
Yeah, he jumps much better underwater, just like Mega Man.
Wait, he jumps better?
Yeah, he jumps much better underwater. He jumps much higher. I think his airtime is faster.
Come to think of it, this is the first Castlevania game I've seen where you can actually travel underwater.
This is because you didn't actually watch me do Aria.
No, that's not slowdown. Soma moves like a snail pulling a cart while underwater until you get another ability soul.
Which again isn't available until halfway through the area. And even then, it requires to grind on a particular enemy.
Oh, to get the bullets?
No, it's an ability soul. You know, the gray ones that give you unnatural abilities?
Yeah, come to think of it, that's kind of weird that the game requires you to get ability souls as random drops.
No, it's not a required drop, honestly, but it would speed up your travel time through Subterranean Hell once you get it.
It's an optional perk.
Yes.
Gotcha.
There are 2 such souls in the game. One for sand, which is in a total of 4 rooms, and one for water.
So each one respectively improves moving through the corresponding terrain.
Yes. Yes, again, he moves like a freaking snail pulling a cart.
The slowness of him moving it draws attention to, at least in my eyes, to how he moves his arms when he runs.
Yeah, because it's so slow now that you can actually see that he's moving his arms back and forth like an actual strut.
Yeah, he's strutting.
He's trying his best to do the Belmont strut, and he's not a Belmont.
Oh yeah, that's right, he's not, huh?
He is a cruise, which means nothing.
It means cross.
We sure?
Cruise is Latin for cross.
Which is even more weird because he's not Latin or American, as a point of fact. I'm pretty sure he's actually Japanese.
Well, Castlevania constantly makes references to Transylvania, and Transylvania is, I believe, is either
Turkish
Latin or Germanic. Huh?
It's Turkish.
It's Turkish?
Yep. Vlad Tepes the guy that was of the Order of Dracul, was a Turkish king.
A count.
Count.
What was I gonna say? I was trying to dig into my memory from reading Dracula exactly where one of the main characters, John Harper, goes on his way to see Dracula for the first time. There was a big lead-up section where he's traveling through town. He hears all sorts of mystic horror stories from the villagers, picks up on some words like demon and vampire in their native tongue. But I can't remember exactly what language all the people were described as speaking.
That's Frozen Shade. She actually has one of the coolest bullet souls in the game that I will not be showing off because I never got it.
That was a very weird enemy, yes. She was shiny.
Yes. We can't actually do this particular puzzle room because we don't have any of the hammer weapons.
So why did you come in here?
To show off that it's here.
So are you saying you're not going there?
Kinda, yeah. I can't do it because I don't have any of the mace weapons.
Well, I meant like later.
No, I will not be going back into that room for the bonuses that are in there.
Aw. Wait a second. What? I've seen a creature like this before. That's a that reminds me of a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
It should, because the Allura Une is based heavily on a monster of the same name.
Yeah, it's a woman that's like the stamen of the flower.
Yes.
And she keeps sticking you with her roots.
There, I showed off the Work Soul. In particular, I really like the Une at once you hit Une level 9 because it lingers on the field for a while and it does decent enough damage. It's how I plan on, you know, taking down a couple of the higher HP but really high defense enemies later.
Well, definitely, if it has a sustained effect that allows you to deal damage. Well, I mean, does it deal damage over time?
Yes, it deals damage as long as it's up.
Hello, Crazy Daisy. I'm not sure why I just call her Crazy Daisy. It just...
Because she's a shiny lady.
Yeah, she's shimmering, and it was the novelty that you impressed on me of finding and collecting the soul from her made me think of the Crazy Daisies from Paper Mario. This guy, on the other hand, looks straight out of Aladdin and the 40 Thieves.
Except he's a pirate and not an Agrabah guard.
Rusty food tin?
Yes, as I did an annotation earlier, the rusty food tin is technically the best healing item in the game. If you attempt to eat it out without the use of the ghoul soul, however, it will pretty much kill you.
Oh, it's an item. I thought it was a place.
No, the rusty food tin is a healing item, except well, if you have the ghoul soul equipped.
You should have noticed this by now, but each of the Frozen Shades attacks can be knocked out of the air, rendering them useless.
Yes, several enemies, in particular enemies that have either lingering projectiles or projectiles in general, can have their attacks knocked out of the air, akin to like Ikaruga and other similar bullet hell games.
Yeah, one of the Hellbores, or at least we were calling them Hellbores in an earlier part. You can destroy their fireballs, and the fireballs can't do damage once they're destroyed.
Right.
Is she supposed to be naked?
Yes, she's naked. She's an ice elemental. She doesn't have to wear clothes.
More like she's trying to, you know, distract Soma with her dazzling figure. Now these guys look more akin to imps.
Well, that's because that's what they are. They're imps. They're called Ukabak, but yeah, they're imps. I don't know if Ukabak is a mistranslation for imp, but yeah, they're imps.
Ukabak?
Yes, Ukabak.
Is that Japanese?
I believe it's Japanese. I'm probably wrong, but I believe it's Japanese.
Wow, you're in one of the lowest points of the map right now.
Yes.
And you have to... Oh, no, you're continuing forward. Medusa heads everywhere in a what? Oh, yes. I remember Medusa heads from other Castlevania games.
Yes, the gold Medusa heads again will actually petrify you. The blue ones not so much, and they don't really hit that hard, but they will screw over your jump. So, be wary of that.
I like how they go in a fixed pattern across the screen, because even though you can predict where they're going to be, they're still challenging to avoid.
Yeah. Now, without a particular soul, we can't actually, you know, do anything in that room yet. Well, but we will be back there, just not on screen.
Just as soon as we get the pirate booty.
We don't really need any pirate booty, actually.
I think Soma can use some booty.
He probably could use some booty, but that would probably really piss off Mina.
Wait, how close are they?
They are close friends according to them, but there's a clear attraction that all the other NPCs mark on.
I see. Well, I mean, of course, it's the he and the she. I always said how much I love the overhead weapons in this game, because I really do.
I do. I love the overhead weapons. I prefer using axes, personally, but I'll use swords. I'll use swords for it. In order to get through this room, you have to have Zephyr. Time is stopped. You use Zephyr to unstop time. And then time stops, and then it's unstopped again.
So you can't proceed to the next room while time is stopped?
Indeed, because the cannonball is the only way to destroy that pillar. And while time is stopped, it won't move.
It won't move, right. Oh, we got some new music.
Yes, the Silence Ruins is a very small area, but it's very important for both plot and progression reasons. Also, there's lots of money to be had here. Mainly because there's so many damn candles.
Yeah, you just went down the same balcony like 4 times. This game does that a lot, I noticed. It creates like these columns.
Alright, puzzle room. You know that one soul that you like never use again, Balor? Yeah. This is one of the last times we have to use it. You have to get the red orb into the top corner. Then, assuming that you did it correctly, you gotta leave the room and come back. Thankfully, that thing is still blown up. But, yeah, that's how you get up here.
Oh, I see.
Oh, look, a devil! And that's how you get the rare ring, one of the most important accessories in the game. The rare ring will up the drop rate of rare items, and it also boosts your luck slightly. What I want to make note of, however, is that I'm not sure, but I've had experiences where the rare ring, I think, has actually disrupted my collecting of souls. We finally get the Skull Archer soul, too. I will probably not be using the rare ring much in this playthrough, simply because I don't really need all that many rare items.
Oh, so it only improves the drop rate for items that normally don't show up that often?
Yeah. I want because it increases your luck, it also increases the drop rate of normally dropped items, but I really can't prove that, honestly.
I see.
This enemy. You remember the Falconeers from Symphony of the Night?
No.
Well, there was an enemy... Oh, yay, we got his soul. There's an enemy in Symphony of the Night with a falcon, and if you kill the falcon before the guy, you don't actually get a chance to kill the guy. He just fades into the ether. Same thing here. If you kill the dog before you kill the guy, the guy just fades away.
Oh, so you... I see. So you... And does killing the guy kill the dog?
Yes.
Okay. I like that. That's a cool enemy
It's
type.
a cool enemy type, but it makes getting his soul an annoying POS. Thankfully, I was very lucky with it.
Is it... Wait, do you have the rare ring?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Oh, plot! Hey, Julius.
Julius, son of Simon. I'm fine. Don't
Ancestor
worry.
of Simon. Or forebear?
Descendant.
Okay.
But
I'm not at full power just yet. The throne chamber on the top floor. You were heading there, weren't you? That's where we'll settle scores once and for all. Fuck you, Dario.
Villainous taunting.
Yeah, Julius can't use magic seals. That makes playing through Julius mode much simpler.
Well, we just have to inject him with some demon blood. Okay, Julius, we'll go on without you. Take care of that wound, would you? Dario is actually stronger than Dracula right now, thanks to spoilers, and Julius is far more badass than we are.
Yeah.
You know what? I think Julius is more badass than we are. You know why?
Why?
His mustache.
Well, that's because he's 40.
Young people can have mustaches.
Young people do not have mustaches as grand or luxurious as his mustache.
Luxurious mustache. Mustaches far and wide. Mustaches as far as the eye can see.
I hate fighting dead crusaders.
It looks like you can't damage them while they have the shield.
Indeed, and they respawn with the shield after any attempt that you have to directly attack them. Hitting them requires you to be in very specific positions, in particular above them. And if you manage to be in that particular position, they're cake. But
I see. They're just a nuisance.
Yeah.
In other words.
Here we go. The next boss.
Oh, it's a conglomeration of bats.
Into giant bat.
Into giant bat. I wanted to see them like I wanted to see them morph into like one gigantic bat.
They are a gigantic bat right now.
They're
and now they're an Easter Island head.
Sonic wave attack. Giant bat has 3 forms: Gate bat, Easter Island head.
I did say Gaint. Man, the typos.
The typos. Oh no. Whatever.
Thankfully, just like most of the other projectiles in the game, the Easter Island head's rings you can actually knock out of the air. This is very important that you know this, because it's pretty much the only way to get through this fight without taking damage. Mind you, I am not good at not taking damage.
Well, because you're concerned just with dealing damage right now.
Yeah.
And you have to, you know, put yourself at risk in order to deal damage to him in the first place, it seems.
The hand form is the one that I find the most annoying, simply because of how it pursues you. It homes in on you very slowly. You can jump over it after a while, but yeah, it's also, I want to say, the most damaging of the forms.
Does he lose strength?
No, he does not.
Okay. Because, I mean, I noticed it animates bats, like, fading into nothingness, so I wasn't sure if maybe it was actually losing bats.
Yes, I moved the annotation.
3 and 4. I didn't understand what that annotation was.
Alright, there are a total of 5 seals in the game. Seals 4 and 5 I absolutely hate because of how complicated they are. 1 is way too easy, 2 is easy enough, 3 is fine, but yeah, 4 can go suck it. 5 I can actually do okay, but I'm not good at 4 at all. Oh, one thing that I'm not doing here that I really should be doing is using the drop kick to get an extra jump. If you drop kick an enemy, you know, after a double jump, you get some hype after that. So you can use that to your advantage.
I don't understand. I mean, normally in the past when I see that seal, okay, now the boss is dead, because that seal came up like 3 times during the
Yes,
boss
I
fight.
failed it twice.
I failed
Yes,
it?
if you can fail at conjuring the seal. If you end up incorrectly inputting the command, because you know you have to use the stylus for it, and it's not nearly as forgiving as it should be.
Okay.
Because you have to, but if you end up failing it, the boss comes back with, I think it's between 10 and 20% of its maximum health.
So you have to do a finisher.
Yes, you have to
beat
actually
the
land.
boss?
You have to land the appropriate seal.
I see. Well, that's...
It makes the latter half of the boss fights a big risk, simply because you'll end up killing them somewhere between 1 and 1.5 times before they're actually dead.
Give me power.
And in the next part, we'll continue after a brief break.